Wait, so you mean to tell me that the Galaxy S24 Ultra has a better build quality, better display, better hardware, yet you still chose iPhone? Yeah, I know it makes no sense, but after some time, I've really come to regret my decision, and I think I'm going back. Now, in my previous video, I gave you guys many reasons as to why I continue to use the iPhone 15 Pro Max over the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It had better social media integration, communication was much easier, and I was a fan of the video camera since I used to shoot videos with my iPhone. But a lot has changed since I made that video. I now use a DSLR instead of my iPhone. I don't really use FaceTime or iMessage as much as I used to. And I realized that I was in an Apple prison and it was extremely refreshing to just take a step away. And by me taking a step away from the Apple ecosystem as a whole, I got to truly realize how much the Galaxy S24 Ultra is better than the iPhone 15 Pro Max. That's why in this video, I really wanted to give you guys a true comparison between both phones so that you guys can get an idea of why I ended up switching back to the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Now, the most important thing for me whenever I'm using a phone is the display. It's the first thing I see when I wake up, and it's the last thing I see before I go to bed. Visual experience is one of my top priorities within a phone, and it's pretty clear that the Galaxy S24 Ultra is a step up from the iPhone 15 Pro Max. YouTube is my main source of entertainment, and I'm mostly watching on my phone due to its portability and how much better the YouTube app works compared to a TV. The S24 Ultra has much more screen real estate, and not only are the bezels smaller, but it also has a hole punch camera, and after a while, it's damn near non-existent. On the other hand, you have the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is also good, but when compared to the Galaxy S24 Ultra, the dynamic island notch takes up much more screen, and it can be more distracting when watching videos. Now, something else that I usually prioritize when I'm using my phone is feel. I'm using my phone for many things throughout the day. Scrolling, typing, and animations are things that I pay attention to and are pretty high up on my list. And when it comes to feel, the iPhone 15 Pro Max and Galaxy S24 Ultra are very similar, yet different in many ways. With the Galaxy S24 Ultra, you get this very sleek, fast, to the point feel that kind of feels like you're using a computer. And on the other hand, the 15 Pro Max has a very buttery smooth yet slow feel. And there are times where it can feel nice, but when I use my phone, I tend to do things very fast, and the S24 Ultra complements that. Even doing simple things like scrolling through Twitter, both phones are similar since they have a 120Hz refresh rate, but the speed and animations makes each experience different. Now, the moral of the story when it comes to why I chose to switch back to the S24 Ultra is options. I'm the type of person that loves options, and I always appreciated how many more options the S24 Ultra gave, even when it comes to unlocking my phone. With the 15 Pro Max, you only get one option when unlocking your phone, which is Face ID. It is clean, it is the best, but if I'm being honest, I'm more of a Touch ID type of person. With the S24 Ultra, not only do you have the freedom of using both, but facial recognition and a fingerprint sensor works very well. The ultrasonic fingerprint sensor is instant, and the facial recognition is very close to the iPhone in terms of speed and accuracy. Now, the most important part of a display for me is the visual experience, and this is where the S24 Ultra is a major step up from the iPhone 15 Pro Max. The colors are much more vibrant, the brightness is higher, which helps when I'm outside, and the S24 Ultra has a really cool feature that Samsung likes to call anti-glare. Now, anti-glare basically means that the S24 Ultra will not pick up any unnecessary glare or light, and this, combined with the extremely high brightness, works best when you're outside. So now that we've compared both displays and I've explained why I prefer the Galaxy S24 Ultra, let's take a look at the battery. Now, battery is a very touchy subject when it comes to tech because it's very subjective. We all use our phones differently, we all have different apps, and we all have different charging patterns. I'm the type of person that usually will charge my phone overnight, so both of these phones are giving me all-day battery life, which is why I don't really feel the need to compare. I have around the same screen time on both, and I'm not going to bore you guys by saying the same numbers. I'm getting 6 hours plus on each phone when I use it daily. Charging is more of the lane as to why I prefer the S24 Ultra. Yes, I do charge my phone overnight, but there are times where I forget to charge it, and that's where the S24 Ultra is a step up. And it really helps to have a phone that allows the fastest charging possible. The 15 Pro Max only supports 30-watt charging, which charges from 0 to 100 in 2 hours and 12 minutes. The S24 Ultra supports 45-watt charging, which charges from 0 to 100 in 1 hour and 5 minutes, and the difference is night and day. As soon as I wake up, I'll put my phone on the charger, wash my face, brush my teeth, listen to some music, and by the time I'm done, my S24 Ultra will be on 100%, while my 15 Pro Max is on 70 to 80%. Now, when it comes to customization, I will give Apple its props. It has improved a lot over the years and is a pretty free-feeling phone, but it's still nowhere near the S24 Ultra in my opinion. With the Galaxy S24 Ultra, there are still many things that you can do on it that you can't really do on an iPhone. I love how I'm able to change the home screen, apps, and folder grids if I want more or less space on my display. Widgets are much more customizable as well. I'm able to make damn near any widget as transparent as I want to in order to fit an aesthetic. There are much more settings and features within the notification screen. Samsung supports many more themes since it has a whole catalog that is created by different people with many different wraparounds. And this basically could be a whole video in itself, but with the S24 Ultra, you can basically customize anything you want, especially if you want to go further and download apps like Nova or GoodLock. Now, remember when I said that the Galaxy S24 Ultra has more options? I can even say that when it comes to hardware, since the iPhone 15 Pro Max or any other phone for that matter doesn't have an S Pen. Now, personally, I don't use my S Pen on a daily basis, but whenever I do need it, it does come in very handy. A lot of times I'm working with sponsors and I also have another job, so it does help to have an S Pen when I'm signing electronic paperwork. And also, since I use my phone as my TV, the magic wand feature is one of my favorite features whenever I want to sit my phone up and basically just kick back and watch something. With the magic wand feature, you basically press the button on your S Pen while simultaneously moving it. So if I'm watching something and I want to turn the volume up, I press it and wave it up. And if I want to change or replay the video, I'll move the S Pen towards the left or right. And these are the reasons as to why I chose to switch back to the Galaxy S24 Ultra from the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Over the past few months, the reason why I still wanted to use my iPhone slimmed down as my life started to change. I'm not as needy to be in group chats anymore. If someone wants my number, if they want to FaceTime me that bad, they'd more than likely be willing to download an app. Also, there are things that I like more on the iPhone compared to the Galaxy S24 Ultra. The camera and the communication is better, but at the end of the day, it's always nice to switch it up and go for the best phone. And in my case, it's the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Peace.
It happened.
Why do you keep making these switching videos? I swear, these YouTubers have no ideas. Why are you just like every tech YouTuber now? I hate it. Bruh, how many more switch videos do you have? Why do I even watch his videos? They feel like a waste of time.